Hello, my friends. Welcome back to English Unleashed. Today, we have a special story. This story is called Man's Search for Meaning. It is written by Viktor Frankl. This episode is in slow and easy English. You can listen and relax. You can practice your English with this story. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Viktor Frankl was a doctor. He lived in Europe. He helped people who felt sad and afraid. He talked to them. He listened to them. He wanted to understand the human mind. Viktor loved his family. He had a wife. He had parents. He had a home. He had work he loved. He also had a dream. He wanted to help people find meaning in life. He believed that life always has meaning, even when life is hard, even when life is painful. Then one day, everything changed. There was a war. The world became a dangerous place. Many people were taken away from their homes. Viktor and his family were also taken. They were put on a train. The train was crowded. People were scared. People did not know where they were going. The train stopped at a camp. This camp was a very difficult place. People were hungry. People were cold. They were tired. Viktor lost many things there. He lost his home. He lost his work. He lost his freedom. He also lost his family. He did not know where they were. He felt very alone. But he still had one thing. He still had his mind. He still had his thoughts. He still had hope. Every day in the camp was hard. The weather was cold. There was very little food. Many people felt hopeless. They thought life had no meaning. They felt empty inside. Viktor saw this. He watched people lose hope. He watched people feel weak. He watched people stop believing. He asked himself a question. How can a person live in this place? How can a person keep hope? How can a person find meaning? He started to think deeply. He remembered his work as a doctor. He remembered his idea that life always has meaning. But how? How can life have meaning in such a hard place? Viktor began to look around him. He saw that some people stayed strong. Some people shared food. Some people spoke kindly. Even in this dark place, there were small moments of light. One man shared his bread. Another man helped a friend stand up. Another man spoke about his family. They remembered love. They remembered hope. Viktor saw something important. People who had meaning inside them stayed stronger. People who had hope inside them could continue. He told himself, I must keep my meaning. I must remember love. I must remember life outside this place. At night, Victor closed his eyes. He imagined his wife. He imagined speaking to her. He imagined her smile. He did not know if she was alive, but in his mind she was with him. He felt warm when he thought of her. He felt strong when he remembered love. He learned something important. Even when everything is taken away, a person can still choose their thoughts. A person can still choose hope. A person can still choose meaning. Every day, he told himself, "My life still has meaning. I will not give up. I will watch. I will learn. I will live." Sometimes he walked in the cold. His feet hurt, but inside his mind, he spoke to himself. He said, "One day, I will be free. One day, I will tell this story. One day, I will help people." This gave him strength. This gave him a reason to live. He saw that meaning can be small. Meaning can be a memory. Meaning can be love. Meaning can be a dream. Meaning can be helping another person. Even a small kind action can bring light. Even a small hope can bring strength. Victor understood something very important. Life is not always easy. Life can be very hard, but we can choose how we think. We can choose our attitude. We can choose hope. He said to himself, "They can take my home. They can take my work. They can take my freedom. But they cannot take my mind. They cannot take my meaning." This idea helped him survive. This idea gave him power inside. He started to believe that meaning is the most important thing in life. When a person has meaning, they can continue. When a person has meaning, they can stand up again. When a person has meaning, they can live. So in this very hard place, Victor kept looking for meaning. He kept thinking. He kept hoping. Every day in the camp was difficult. People woke up very early. It was still dark outside. The air was cold. The ground was hard. Victor stood in line with many people. They waited for food. The food was very little. Sometimes it was only a small piece of bread. Sometimes it was a thin soup. People were always hungry. Their bodies were weak. Their faces looked tired. But Victor watched carefully. He saw that not everyone was the same. Some people felt empty. Some people felt angry. Some people lost hope. But some people were different. Some people still smiled. Some people still spoke kindly. Some people still helped others. One day, Victor saw a man give his bread to a friend. The man was hungry too, but he shared. This small act was very powerful. Victor thought, why did he share? Why did he help? He understood something. This man had meaning. This man had love. This man had something inside that was strong. Victor started to believe that meaning can make a person strong. Even when the body is weak, the mind can be strong. At night, Victor tried to rest. He laid on a hard bed. Sometimes there was no blanket. Sometimes the room was very cold. But he closed his eyes. He used his imagination. He imagined walking with his wife. He imagined talking with her. He imagined the sun. He imagined a warm day. These thoughts gave him comfort. They gave him strength. He learned that the mind is very powerful. One morning, Victor walked to work. The sky was gray. The wind was cold. People walked slowly. But then he saw something. He saw a small sunrise. The sun came up slowly. The sky became light. The clouds turned pink and orange. For a moment, everyone looked at the sky. No one spoke. They just watched. It was a small moment, but it was beautiful. It reminded them that the world was still there. Beauty was still there. Life was still there. Victor felt something warm in his heart. He thought, even here, there is beauty. Even here, there is life. There is meaning. One day, the war ended. The camp was opened. People were free. Victor walked out of the camp. He was very thin. He was very weak. He was very tired. But he was alive. He stepped outside. He saw the sky. He saw the fields. He saw open space. For a long time, he had lived behind fences. Now, there was no fence. There was no guard. There was no shouting. He was free. But freedom felt strange at first. He walked slowly. He looked around. He did not know what to feel. He had lost many things. He had lost his home. He had lost his family. He had lost his friends. He felt sadness. He felt quiet. He felt empty sometimes. But he also felt something else. He felt that he had learned something important. He had learned that life always has meaning, even in pain, even in loss, even in darkness.